Hi again and welcome along to the final podcast in this series about sound. Today we're looking at how we actually hear sounds. So far we have learned how sounds are made, how sounds travel by sound waves, and how these sounds travel through different substances. But how do we actually hear these sounds?
It is a model of the ear, and this bit is the bit that we can see on the outside, okay, and that's made out of skin and cartilage, okay, but we're going to look on the inside. So we can open up our ear, here we go, and see inside. Now this bit is the passageway where the sound can come through. So as the sound comes through, the air molecules vibrate, okay, and they pass their sound on to the eardrum, which is this little bit here. Now the eardrum's like a normal drum, okay, and when you bash the skin, it vibrates. So when the air molecules come in and the sound comes in and bashes against it, it vibrates. Now it vibrates against these little bones here, and they're called the anvil, the hammer and the stirrup, and they're the tiniest little bones in your body. Okay, we'll take it out. So the sound comes in and vibrates against here, which makes these little bones vibrate as well. Now these little bones pass their vibrations on up here into this bit called the cochlea. Okay. So this bit's your cochlea, and as the sound vibrates in there, it passes it on to the auditory nerve. Now in here, the sound energy changes into electrical energy, and the electrical energy is passed to your brain, which interprets it, and we hear sound.
Most animals use ears to hear things in this way. Many animals have a much wider range of hearing than we do. For example, a dog's hearing is twice as sensitive as ours. A dolphin can hear up to 150,000 hertz. The ear is very delicate. It contains thin membranes and tiny bones, which are easily damaged. The ear can get blocked by wax, and the eardrum can no longer vibrate. A doctor can wash out the wax and cure any deafness that is caused. Accidents or a loud bang can damage the eardrum. The middle ear can get infected, and infections can be treated with antibiotics. The cochlea can be damaged by loud noise, for example from nightclubs or wearing personal stereos that are too loud. There is no cure for this. As we get older, the tiny bones in our ears can fuse together and so do not vibrate. Sometimes the nerve cells in the cochlea do not work as well when you get older, so the signals are not sent to the brain. Speaking of old people, I'm sure that your parents or your grandparents have told you to turn that noise down when you've been listening to your music too loud. But what is noise? Noise, very simply, is unwanted sound. Sounds that are very loud or unpleasant are classed as being noisy. We can measure how loud a sound is by using a sound intensity meter. This is an instrument which measures the loudness of a sound in decibels. The threshold of hearing is the quietest sound we can hear. We call this 0 decibels. The loudness of a road drill is 90 decibels. This is the top limit of acceptable noise by law. A noisy factory can be much louder than this. If you dance by the speakers in a nightclub, you can hear sounds louder than 90 decibels. Sound starts to become painful at about 134 decibels, and the eardrum breaks at 185 decibels. Sounds are used in our lives thousands of times every day. Now that you understand them, you'll be able to appreciate their use and how not to abuse them.